You're not stuck, you're scared. You say you're stuck. Stuck in a job you don't love. Stuck in a routine that feels like autopilot. Stuck in a version of yourself that's smaller than your potential. But what if you're not stuck? What if you're just scared? Being stuck feels heavy. It feels like chains on your ankles, like walls too high to climb. But fear is quieter. It whispers reasonable excuses. Wait until you're more ready. Now is not the right time. What if you fail? And so you stay. Not because you can't move, but because moving means risking something. Look closely at your life. There are doors around you, not locked, just unopened. There are opportunities near you, not impossible, just uncomfortable. You're not trapped in a cage. You're standing at the edge of a cliff, afraid to jump. And that fear, it's human. Your brain is wired to protect you. It prefers familiar misery over unfamiliar possibility. It chooses predictable pain over uncertain growth. So it tells you a story. I'm stuck because stuck sounds safer than I'm terrified of what happens if I try. Every time you say I'm stuck, ask yourself, what am I actually afraid of? Are you afraid of failing publicly? Afraid of being judged? Afraid of outgrowing people? Afraid of discovering you're capable of more and having to live up to it? Fear isn't weakness. It's a sign you're standing near something important. Think about it. You're not scared to scroll social media. You're not scared to stay comfortable. You're not scared to repeat yesterday. You're scared of expansion because expansion demands identity change. If you start the business, you can't hide behind someday anymore. If you start creating content, you can't pretend your voice doesn't matter. If you apply for that opportunity, you risk hearing no, and rejection feels personal. It feels like proof, but it's not proof you're incapable. It's proof you showed up. The real trap isn't failure, it's avoidance. Avoidance feels productive. You research instead of launch, plan instead of execute, prepare instead of begin, and you convince yourself you're being strategic. But deep down, you know you're negotiating with fear. Here's the truth. Courage doesn't come before action. It comes because of action. Confidence isn't built by thinking. It's built by doing. You don't wake up fearless. You move while shaking. You don't need to eliminate fear. You need to walk with it. The first step won't feel powerful. It will feel awkward, clumsy, small. Good. That's how growth begins. Imagine your life a year from now if you stopped saying I am stuck and started admitting, I'm scared but I'm going anyway. Imagine the version of you who tried, who risked embarrassment, who risked rejection, who risked being seen. That version isn't special. It's just braver by one decision. You don't need a massive leap. You need a single uncomfortable move. Send the email, post the video, have the conversation, apply for the role, start the workout, write the first page. Not perfectly, just honestly, you were never stuck. The door was never locked. You were just standing still, waiting for fear to disappear. It won't, but it will shrink the moment you move. So stop calling it a cage. Call it what it is, a threshold, and step through it. You're not stuck, you're scared. And that's your signal to begin.